So we're going to continue guard passing stuff. Yes. We're going to do it from open guard. So last week we were working on that side smash, leg lace type pass. This week we're just going to start off simple, very similar to what we did Saturday for the guys that were here, as creating that angle and entering in. There's a bunch of different ways we can do this leg drag pass. We're going to start with just a simple way of redirecting their legs and getting my knee where it needs to be. So if he's over here, okay. I'm just going to enter here and here. I'm not going to open my elbows. It's going to get me subbed. I'm not grabbing him. Every time I grab, he's going to grab and shoot like triangle or omoplatas. So grab that. Okay, right? I don't want to give him that option. So I'm going to enter elbows in. I'm outside of his legs, here and here. I'm going to take a step out to the side and redirect his legs. So it's going to be here, and I'm going to shoot my knee through. Knee goes to the floor. From here, I drop my weight. When my knee hits the mat, I'm going to pinch my knee to his hip. So I got as much of my sole of my foot on the mat as I can get. I don't want this. Okay? He's just going to hip escape. Just escape that way. See how he's moving? I want weight on that hip so he can't get started. So inside grip here, shoot through, pinch. So every time he tries to hip escape, it's hard for him to move.
Was your knee behind his butt?
My knee is behind his knee. Or my ankle is behind his knee.
Your left
knee's on the mat, left knee is on his hip.
Yep.
Okay? I'm going to grab his collar, close, and then I'm going to put pressure on him here. Okay? He's going to frame, right? If he frames off the shoulder, that's fine. It means I'm going to chase the spot on my back, on his back. Okay? If he frames off my shoulder, like anything like this, I'm going to pummel, get the same thing. Okay? If he's framing off the shoulder, that's fine. I'm going to drop my weight on him, get his collar, switch to his knee, push the knee down, left knee hits the mat. I'm going to bring my right knee behind it. Here, to the side. Okay? From here, settle into my seat roll. This side, same thing. I'm going to step to the side, here, shoot my knee through, pinch. Okay? Very important, I don't let him open this leg back up. So I'm going to cover it, grab his gi. Okay? If there's no gi, I'm just going to go inside on his biceps. Keep my elbow closed. Okay? Here. Work to his collar. Switch to his pants. Turn. Open my elbow. Finish with my seatbelt. Any questions on that? We're going to build into this from other positions. I'm just going to start here first, and we'll work into all these other spots. Okay? Anybody need to see it again?
Yes, please.
Could you turn just to see where you're putting your knee on his hip?
Yep. So if I go through here, let's go this way. You don't want to see this side. You're fine. No, you're fine. So here, so I'm outside, step, here, pinch. Okay? I don't want anything like this or anything like this. There's too much room for him to move. So if he frames, hip escape, I don't want him to be able to move. So knee to the mat, pinch, cover it, I got some weight on him. My weight needs to be going over his shoulder, not leaning over on the side where my knee's down. Does that make sense?
So I guess my question I do have, so when you're stabilizing and you're trying to control that leg, you had your leg out at an angle.
When I first hit, it's out here, but I need to finish in here.
Okay, so whenever you want to advance, move forward, you want to close on
I want to get to this as soon as possible.
Okay, but there's nothing wrong with posting the leg out like you did initially?
When I first fly in, it's fine, but I need to bring it in here right away.
Okay.
Okay. Cover, chase the collar, switch to the pants, turn. Okay. One more, switch this side. All right, so I'm going to go here. Bring the knee in tight, close. Again, my weight is going this way, especially if he's framing here. I don't want my weight over here. It's too easy for him to move me. So I'm going to turn. My weight's going towards this side. Here, okay? Grab collar, pants, if I can grab them. Okay. Finish the side control. All right. We good? Anybody need to see it? One more time on this.
No, I just had a question.
Yeah.
What's the advantage, disadvantage of doing this versus just the old leg drag from open guard?
You mean like grabbing the pants?
Yeah.
There's more of a tell, right? So when I grab this, in a lot of cases, if I just grab like a double and I go here, he's just gonna circle. So I gotta be ready for that counter. He's not gonna have as much time here, so if he knows he's gonna counter, he knows the leg drag's coming, right? I'm closing all that space off real quick. Not to say you're always gonna hit that, but he's open, he's not gonna be stiff, right? His legs are open, he's playing, right? He's trying to keep his feet in front of me. I'm just gonna ride that hip down. And then from here, I've already entered into that pass. Not to say the other doesn't work, but the second I make a grip, I better do something substantial with it. If I just go here, that's not enough. I'm not controlling his hips. So you're gonna find it's probably not as effective. Now there are options where I can grab here, here. I'm just gonna yank and create a reaction where he's gonna make that big circle. If he doesn't, I'm right here, okay? But for the sake of this exercise, we're trying to create a little bit of an angle and just control his hips all the way down, okay? Just one of many ways, but we're gonna keep building off that. All right, get your partners. Normally I show taking the back, and I'll probably show that again at some point this week too, but mostly because that's the best, that's the best end goal there for most of us, for whether it be scoring or finishing the opponent. But since we're crowding them a little bit on this one, we're gonna go for a little bit different finish. I'm gonna redirect, shoot in. I'm gonna be pinching, and he's framing right like this, okay? I wanna have, in this case, a little bit deeper grip on his collar. I'll show this on both sides. I'm closing off his leg. Now, as he's framing hard here, I'm just gonna pop this elbow across, okay? When I do that, this hand's gonna punch deep, okay? So I'm gonna stay tight on him, more pressure going forward, and really entice him to frame hard with this arm. When he does, I'm gonna pop at the elbow. Punch my arm deep, okay? Trap, just kind of grab deep and pinch with my head against the shoulder. All right, now I'm immediately gonna spin my head to the mat, okay? From here, I'm already in position to arm triangling. My thumb is pointed to the ceiling, I'll make a fist. Forehead's gonna go to the mat. I'm gonna move out to a 45-degree angle. I'm gonna drop my chest on his shoulder. Here, when my head hits the mat, he's gonna be done. Okay? I'm using my forward pressure to do this choke. I'm not squeezing you. All right? So redirect. Here, pressure on him. He's really framing hard. Frame hard. Punch. Deep. My head's gonna go tight to his shoulder so he can't move it. And spin to get my head to the mat. If I stay like this, he's gonna punch his arm above his head. Okay? So here, I'm gonna turn into him. Immediately get my head to the mat as I come around. Here. Okay, my elbow needs to stay on the mat. 45 degrees, put my chest on it, and drop. Okay? Do it to this side here too. Here. Pinch. Deep grip on the collar. I'm framing, or he's framing hard. Go to the elbow, so frame hard. Punch this arm. Here, my head's gonna go tight. Here. Notice my elbow's on the mat. 45 degree, I'm gonna drop my chest on it. Get my finish. The most you should have to do is flex your bicep. Okay, you don't need both hands to squeeze him. A lot of times if you use both hands, people will take their focus off of the choke, which is driving down into them. And they actually, if they're squeezed too hard, they're picking their head up. And if you pick the head up, you're not actually gonna get the finish in a lot of cases. Anybody need to see it again?
One more time, good.
All right, here, dance in, pinch, deep grip. He's framing hard on this shoulder. So bunch of pressure, punch right behind the elbow. Here, punch deep. My head's gonna chase to the mat. Put my chest on, right on the back of the shoulder, drop. Okay, should finish at a 45-degree angle. Not 90, it's gonna be too far. I'm using my shoulder to push his shoulder into his neck.
So it's
All right.
almost same principles north-south almost, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to use my biceps getting this carotid artery here, his shoulders getting the rest, the other side. Okay? My elbow needs to stay on the mat. If my elbow, so if just my wrist is under there, my elbow's up, I might finish. Some people, he's not going to tap to that. Because I'm taking all the pressure off that other side. Does that make sense? If my elbow stays on the mat, I'm driving the weight through him. So here, up, deep, elbow stays on the mat. Okay. He's trying to hold out there too. All right, are we good? Get your partner.
Where the beat go?
Oh, ain't that something? Drums came in, you ain't seen